Hello everybody, it's Kunda here. It's Treaty Day. I'm not sure if we're supposed to say Happy Treaty Day or not. I don't know if that's proper. Anyway, I saw one of my teachers that I respect post saying that we should all recognize and commemorate Treaty Day in our own way. So that's what I'm doing because I've been involved in advocacy and activism and a whole bunch of other things for a long time now. Treaties come up a whole lot, and all the time people are saying recognize the treaties, respect the treaties, read the treaties. And I have, and I still have questions. There are things that I still want to have cleared up for my own understanding, and it's been years. I haven't been able to do it. It never really feels like the right time to do it. So let's do it now, because cognitive dissonance will fuck a person up. And that's not something that any of us should be having. So this is my binder of history and treaty stuff, and I just want to read two of them today. Well, the text of two of them that I've been able to find. If you know better versions with more explanation on them, let me know. Need more dragonflies out here. Eat some of these mosquitoes. Anyway, I chose to be outside. That's on me. I thought it would be better than inside. Same dingy old background that we always have. Anyway, I want to start. Normally, I would start reading the 1725 treaty, but I want to read 1725 and 1752, and you'll see why it just makes more sense to start with 1752. So, printed proclamation of the 1752 treaty. Treaty or articles of peace and friendship renewed between His Excellency Peregrine Thomas Hobson, Esquire, Captain General and Governor-in-Chief, and over His Majesty's Province of Nova Scotia, or Acadie, Vice Admiral of the same and Colonel of one of His Majesty's regiments of foot, and His Majesty's Council on behalf of His Majesty, and Major Jean-Baptiste Cope, Chief Sachem of the tribe of Micmac Indians inhabiting the eastern coast of said province, and Andrew Hadley Martin, Gabriel Martin, and Francis Jeremiah, members and delegates of the said tribe, for themselves and their said tribe, their heirs, and their heirs of their heirs forever. Begun, made, and concluded in the manner, form, and tenor following Vist, V-I-Z-T, not sure what that means. 1. It is agreed that the Articles of Submission and Agreement made at Boston in New England by the delegates of the Penobscot, Norridgewock, and St. John's Indians in the year 1725, ratified and confirmed by all the Nova Scotia tribes at Annapolis Royal in the month of June 1726, and lately renewed with Governor Cornwallis at Halifax and ratified at St. John's River, now read over, explained and interpreted, shall be and are hereby from this time forward renewed, reiterated, and forever confirmed by them and their tribe and the said Indians for themselves and their tribe and their heirs aforesaid do make and renew the same solemn submission and promises for the strict observance of all the articles therein contained, as at any time heretofore, all one word, hath been done. So, because it mentions the 1725 treaty there, I feel like we should go back and read that from there, and then come back to 1752 and do the terms 2 onwards. That was just the first one. Just making sure my dog's still there. So, the treaty is 1725 for ratification at Annapolis Royal. Also, this, I don't know if it's just the format or if these are blanks for signing on. There are a lot of blanks. I'll just say blank for them. I'm not quite sure what they mean. Help me out here. Articles of Submission and Agreement made at Boston in New England by Sanguarium Elias Lauron Orexius. That's one person. Orexius Francois Xavier and Meganumbe delegates from Penobscot. Naudgevek. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Naudgevek. S. John's Cape Sables and other tribes inhabiting within His Majesty's territories of Nova Scotia and New England blank. Whereas His Majesty's King George, by concession of the Most Christian King made at the Treaty of Utrecht, became the rightful possessor of the province of Nova Scotia or Acadie according to its ancient boundaries, we, the said Indian Sanguarum Elias Lauron Orexius Francis Xavier, I think, and Meganumbe delegates from the said tribes Penobscot, Naudgevek, St. John's Cape Sable, and other tribes inhabiting His Majesty's and territories in Nova Scotia or Acadie and New England. In the name and behalf of the said tribes we represent, acknowledge His said Majesty King George's jurisdiction and dominion over the said tribes of Nova Scotia or Acadie, and make our submission to His said Majesty in as ample a manner as we have formerly done to His Most Christian Kings blank. And we shall further promise, on behalf of the said tribes we represent, that the Indians shall not molest any of His Majesty's subjects or their dependents and their settlements already made or lawfully to be made, or in their carrying on their traffic or their affairs within said province blank. That if there happens any robbery or outrage committed by any of the Indians, the tribe or tribes they belong to shall cause satisfaction and restitution to be made to the parties injured blank. That the Indians shall not help to convey away any soldiers belonging to His Majesty's forts, but on the contrary shall bring back any soldiers they shall find endeavoring to run away blank. That the Indians shall not help to convey, same paragraph. That in the case of any misunderstandings, quarrel, or injury between the English and the Indians, no private revenge shall be taken, but application shall be made to redress according to His Majesty's laws blank. That if the Indians have made any prisoners belonging to the government of Nova Scotia or Acadie during the course of the war, shall be released at or before ratification of this treaty blank. That this treaty shall be ratified at Annapolis Royal blank. Dated at the 5th Chamber in Boston, in New England, this 15th day of December, Anno Domini 1725. A few more Latin words here. Enog Requi Regis Georgiou Magna Britannica and Duodecimo. Blank, signed and sealed, and delivered in the presence of the Great and General Court or Assembly of the Province of Massachusetts Bay. Sanguarium Elias Lauron Orexius Francois Xavier Meganumbe. Attest apostrophe D J. Willard Sec. Transcript is from W.E. Daugherty, Maritime Indian Treaties in Historical Perspective, in brackets, Canadian and Northern Affairs Canada, 1981, treaty number 239 in their numbered treaty series. And this is just another less comprehensive reading of the same treaty, the other pages. So, back to the 1752 treaty, which the first paragraph, as far as I can read, just reaffirms the 1725 treaty we just read. So, number 2. that all transactions during the late war shall on both sides be buried in oblivion with the hatchet, and that the said Indians shall have all favor, friendship, and protection shown them from this His Majesty's government. That's important. 3. That the said tribe shall use their utmost endeavors to bring in the other Indians to renew and ratify this peace, and shall discover and make known any attempts or designs of any other Indians or any enemy whatever against His Majesty's subjects within this province so soon as they shall know thereof, and shall also hinder and obstruct the same to the utmost of their power. And on the other hand, if any of the Indians refusing to ratify this peace shall make war upon the tribe who have now confirmed the same, they shall upon application have such aid and assistance from the government for their defense as the case may require. Number 4. It is agreed that the tribe of Indians shall not be hindered from, but shall have free liberty of hunting, fishing as usual, and that they shall, if they shall think a truck house needful at the river Chibanakity, or any other place of their resort, they shall have the same built, and proper merchandise lodged therein, to be exchanged for what the Indians shall have to dispose of, and that in the meantime the said Indians shall have free liberty to bring for sale to Halifax or any other settlement within this province skins, feathers, fowl, fish, or any other thing they shall have to sell, where they shall have liberty to dispose thereof to the best advantage. Pretty important with the ongoing fishing dispute going on right now. Let's continue. 5. That a quantity of bread, flour, and other such provisions as can be procured necessary for the families and proportionable to the number of the said Indians shall be given them half yearly for the time to come. And the same regard shall be had to other tribes that shall hereafter agree to renew and ratify the peace upon the terms and conditions now stipulated. 6. That to cherish a good harmony and mutual correspondence between the said Indians and this government, His Excellency Peregrine Thomas Hobson, Esquire, Captain General and Governor-in-Chief in and over His Majesty's Province of Nova Scotia or Acadie, Vice Admiral of the same and Colonel of one of His Majesty's regiments of foot, hereby promises on the part of His Majesty that the said Indians shall upon the 1st day of October yearly, that's today, so long as they continue in friendship, receive presents of blankets, tobacco, and some powder and shot, and the said Indians promise once every year upon the 1st of October to come by themselves or their delegates and receive the said presents and renew their friendship and submissions. 7. That the Indians shall use their best endeavors to save the lives and goods of any people shipwrecked on this coast, where they resort, and shall conduct the people saved to Halifax with their goods, and a reward adequate to the salvage shall be given to them. 8. That all disputes whatsoever that may happen to arise between the Indians now at peace and others His Majesty's subjects in the province shall be tried in His Majesty's Court of Civil Judicature, where the Indians shall have the same benefit, advantages, and privileges as any others of His Majesty's subjects, in faith and testimony whereof the Great Seal of the province is hereunto appended, and the parties to these presents have hereunto interchangeably set their hands in the council chamber at Halifax this 22nd day of November 1752 in the 26th year of His Majesty's reign. P.T. Hobson, Chas Lawrence, Benj Green, J.N.O. Salisbury, Willem Steele, J.N.O. Collier, Jean-Baptiste Cope, Andrew Hadley, Francois Jeremy, and Gabriel Martin. Transcript is from W.E. Doherty, Maritime Indian in Historical Perspective, brackets, Indian and Northern Affairs Canada, 1981, Treaty of 1752, in their treaty series. So yeah, important takeaways from that right now. The Mi'kmaq have free liberty to hunt and fish as they want, and to sell it in whatever settlements there are in the province. That much in these is pretty damn clear. Anything else, I would encourage us all to talk about more and to discuss in the comments if you feel like it. Help me out here. I want to understand more. The spirit of the treaties is something that comes up a lot in these discussions. One of the things, I believe I saw it in part of the Supreme Court discussion about all this stuff, is that the treaties are meant to be interpreted to the best advantage of the Mi'kmaq, which kind of makes sense based on, at the time, who was more familiar with language and this kind of conducting anyway. But yeah, we need to be talking about this stuff if reconciliation is to happen. If I think we're most likely to thrive best together. I need to put this on, it's getting kind of cold and the bugs are bad. We're best if we learn to work together. We need to, and I think we have a good shot at being able to be more independent that way as well. So I don't want to spiel too much. Those were the treaties in Nova Scotia, Mi'kmaq, of 1725, 1752. May continue on further next year's Treaty Day. But until then, thanks for watching. Thanks for discussing and helping me out in the comments. I appreciate any of the dialogue that happens. Please, let's just put some real effort into learning to understand each other, be compassionate towards each other, and start to really work together. And I hope you all had I don't know if it's the right thing to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I hope your treaty day was good. I hope you learned something if you're someone who's not overly familiar with treaty day, as a lot of us aren't, who don't grow up in or near Mi'kmaq communities, and that's a shame. We should learn more about it, as I'm trying to, as we all should. Anyway, later.